cameraman for the day is Nat Wood, and I have my guest, Lenny Matthews, from the Lenny Matthews Show, who'll be here giving me his moral support, and also Vina Shetty, who has a show on public access by the name of New York, New York. So right now we're going to take it inside, and you're going to see the award ceremony. Thank you. These are friends and families of individuals who will be receiving this prestigious award. There's also going to be a scholarship award given out as well for outstanding college students. The people are starting to trickle in now. I'm sure the major is going to be very, very exuberant in terms of trying to get this pet rally off. So I'm pretty sure he's going to rush me in and out of there, give me my award, and I'm out the door. My cameraman for the day is Nat Wood, and I have my guest, Lenny Matthews, from the Lenny Matthews Show, who'll be here giving me his moral support, and also Vina Shetty, who has a show on public access by the name of New York, New York. So right now we're going to take it inside, and you're going to see the award ceremony. Thank you. Let me just look for my name.
It'll be remarkable if anything starts on time. You better get your seat there. That's good.
I have a photographer.
That's good. The court photographer to take the king's picture.
before we get started, I have a little special announcement for all of us. As following this wonderful event, there's going to be another, even more interesting event down at the foot of City Hall Park. It's going to be a Yankee pep rally, and you're all cordially invited to be there. There'll be free food, there'll be great baseball players, his honor will be there, and I think you're going to have a great time. So any of you who have a few minutes after the ceremony, please join us for what is a great event for New York City. Now, if I may start the program. Mayor Giuliani, President Cook, Chairman Smith, distinguished commissioners, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bill Diamond, and as Commissioner of the Department of Citywide Administrative Services, I'm happy to welcome you to the 100-Year Association of New York's Public Service and College Scholar Award Ceremony. On this occasion, we gather to recognize and reward a group of fine civil service employees for the many valuable contributions they have made to our great city. As you can see from the descriptions of today's winners printed in your program, these individuals not only exemplify the best in public service, they also make a difference in their communities. As a result of their actions, our city is a better place to work. The students receiving scholarships today are also an equally impressive group. They are all sons and daughters of city employees and are receiving these scholarships for outstanding academic achievement and for service to their communities. At this time, I would like to thank the Awards Committee, especially Chairman Ralph K. Smith, for the energy he devotes to the selection process. My colleagues in government, notably Landmarks Preservation Commissioner Jennifer Rabb, for her work on the interview panel, Jules Polineski, Commissioner of Consumer Affairs, who also served on the interview panel, and Alfred Cerullo, Department of Finance Commissioner, for his strong support of this program. There are more than 200 business and nonprofit members in the 100-Year Association, and all of them are based in New York City, and all of them have been operating for at least 100 years. Without their generosity and support, we would not be able to provide these outstanding individuals with the much-deserved recognition they receive today. Let me now introduce you to the man under whose leadership the association continues to grow. Please welcome the President of the 100-Year Association, Richard A. Cook.
Thank you very much, Bill. The 100-Year Association of New York is comprised of companies and not-for-profit organizations that have operated successfully more than a century. The association recognizes, as Bill indicated, public service and academic excellence in New York. This morning we will grant over $80,000 to 35 outstanding career city employees and sons and daughters of city employees. As I will note in a moment, one of the characteristics of a 100-Year Association Public Service Award is to enhance the prestige of New York City. A major contributor to the prestige of New York, of course, and as we all know, is the New York Yankees. And I assume that, and I assure you, we will complete this program in due course in time for you all of us to attend Mayor Giuliani's pep rally. I would like to thank Mayor Giuliani for his leadership and cooperation in helping the 100-Year Association to recognize the extraordinary talent we're about to meet. I also want to thank the Mayor's administration and the commissioners who have supported our program, especially those who have served on the 1998 Awards Committee to interview the finalists this year. And Bill Commissioner Diamond just mentioned those, but I would also like to add that Commissioner Diamond served on that committee and contributed enormously to the process. I would also like to acknowledge the association's representatives who generously served with the commissioners on the committee. Harold Kahn, partner of PricewaterhouseCoopers, Avery Yokin, Executive Director of the Brooklyn Bar Association, Dan Gable, the President of Hagedorn Company, Bill Volkhausen, a member of the association's board, and the chairman of the committee, of course, Ralph Smith, representing Siemens Church Institute of New York and New Jersey. Ralph has served as the committee's chairman for 15 years. And he has been superb in leading the interviews and bringing out the best in our candidates. Ralph, we are grateful for your help, and we thank you. I would also like to acknowledge a member of our board of governors who is with us this morning, Bob Douglas. Jones, who is chairman of the Alliance for Downtown New York. As I have noted, the association recognizes public service in New York and since 1930 has honored New Yorkers with its annual Gold Medal Award for outstanding contributions to the city of New York. Past recipients include John D. Rockefeller Jr., Fiorello LaGuardia, Cardinal Spellman, Rogers and Hammerstein, J. Peter Grace, and John Mcallister. I'm pleased to say that the 100-Year Association will present its 1998 Gold Medal Award next Tuesday to the city's current leader and mayor, Rudolph Giuliani. The city employees we honor today all perform their jobs in an exemplary manner, and they are determined to make a difference on the job and in their communities. The awardees have improved efficiency and quality of service to the public, enhanced the prestige of the city, or have demonstrated dedication well beyond their job description, and they are important participants in their communities outside their jobs. The college scholarships, college scholars are recognized for their academic excellence and public service in their communities. Among our college scholars today are Daniel Goldberg, who is a second-generation Russian immigrant who in high school studied quantum theory and cosmology. And for the layman in this room, like everybody, most everyone, that means metaphysics, or if you need more help on that, it's studying the universe. He graduated with a 3.8 GPA, which is 95%, 1580 SATs, 1600 is the maximum. His father is a transit authority maintenance supervisor. Diego Sagalini is the son of a computer specialist in HRA. He graduated with a 3.7 GPA and 1400 SATs. He will be a double major in math and drama at Vassar. Lillian Pelez is the daughter of an office associate. She's on the Dean's List at Bard with a 3.7 GPA. She's a violinist who has performed at Alice Tully Hall, Carnegie Hall, Juilliard, and Steinway Hall. These students are a product of our great city. They are a product of our city schools, and they are a product of the dedicated New York City civil service employees. We are proud of them, and we are delighted to be here this morning to grant these awards. And we wish all of them, all of the award recipients, all the best and good luck. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor and pleasure to introduce the man who not only runs the most complicated city in the world, but also takes the time and effort to visit hundreds of health and senior citizen centers, parks, police precincts, garages, firehouses, and offices. In other words, a mayor who recognizes the value of the city's 160,000 hard-working employees. It is my pleasure to present to you the best mayor this great city has ever had, the Honorable Rudolph W. Giuliani.
All of the distinguished guests that are here, welcome to City Hall. This is a very really wonderful day, and it's an opportunity for us, in a very special way, to say thank you to city employees who make the quality of life in our city a continually improving process. Only steps away from City Hall, there's a statue of Nathan Hale, who once remarked in September of 1776, when questioned by a friend as to why he was going into public service, quote, "I'm not influenced by the expectation of promotion or pecuniary reward. I wish to be useful, and every kind of service necessary for the public good becomes honorable by being necessary." I believe that those words about the importance of public service underlie why most people are engaged in public service. They believe that they're doing something of extra special benefit to the public, that they're trying to solve problems that would not be solved if it weren't for their service. And I think the major rewards that they get come from a feeling of satisfaction in having served the public. Even before Nathan Hale spoke those words, however, the men and women who devoted themselves to public service in New York City were very, very special, and they continue to be. And today's ceremony gives us a chance to mark that and to remember that. Yesterday we had a ceremony marking, restoring the Statue of Justice to the top of City Hall. And this building is undergoing a massive renovation. City Hall Park will be next, and it's going to be restored to its former glory and beauty. And I think that is both realistically and symbolically what all of you are doing for the city. This has always been, for about 150 years, the world's premier city. And it needs to look that way, feel that way, and actually be that way. And its public servants make that possible. So we want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And I'll single out a few, just by way of example. We're saying thank you to Police Officer Robert Frost, who ran into a burning building while on his way home from work so he could save a family from being killed in a fire. It was a family of 7 children and a pet dog. And during the rescue, he made more than a half dozen trips into the blaze, in and out, to make certain that he saved the people inside. And he did that without regard to his own life, which demonstrates probably in the most dramatic way the highest ideals of public service, really the highest ideals of any civilized community. And we're saying thank you to each one of you today for the courage that you've shown. We're recognizing the outstanding public servants who are with us today, and the 100-Year Association, by doing that, is really performing a tremendous public service, because there is a cynicism about public servants, about politicians, about people who serve the public. It's an unwarranted cynicism. It's like the stereotypes you have to deal with, all forms of prejudice. And the 100-Year Association helps us to crack through that by seeing that the kind of performance that we're recognizing here today, even though in some cases, and in all cases, it goes maybe somewhat beyond the usual call of duty, this really typifies what most public employees would like to achieve. So I thank you very, very much. The New York Times today has a poll about how some very large percentage of New Yorkers, 70 or 80%, believe that New York City has improved. And if you look carefully at the poll, this isn't actually highlighted in the poll, New Yorkers believe that things are only going to get better in the city. That's a credit to all of you. That's a credit to a very, very dedicated group of public servants who have changed the image of the government from a government that used to be seen as a failure, although unfairly, to a government that now, fairly, is seen as a success. And you've done a very, very good job. I want to thank the awards committee for the excellent selections that they made and for the service that they give. And it gives me great pleasure to present to Dick Cook and to Ralph Smith the following proclamation. Please stand up. It reads as follows. The 100-Year Association of New York is presenting its Isaac Leiberman Public Service Award for Career Civil Service Employees and College Scholarship Awards to sons and daughters of career civil service employees. The 100-Year Association, which was founded in 1927 by businessman Isaac Leiberman, is comprised of business, professional, religious, and charitable organizations throughout the city that have been continuously active for 100 years or longer. Association members have a history of 75 years or more. The oldest members are Congregation Sure of Israel, founded in 1654, and the Parish of Trinity Church, founded in 1697. That's a lot more than 100. As New York City celebrates its own 100th birthday and the 374th anniversary of the arrival of the first settlers, we honor these organizations that were founded when our great harbor was filled with sailing ships. Produce produce was seasonal and came from farms in Murray Hill, Greenpoint, and Sunnyside. Gracie Mansion was considered upstate New York then. I keep telling that to the governor and the state legislature. Through prosperity, wars, depressions, growing and changing populations, and countless new methods and inventions, these outstanding organizations have continued to provide quality goods and services to meet the current needs of New Yorkers. The 100-Year Association and its members make further contributions to New York City by encouraging and recognizing outstanding public service, supporting activities aimed at preserving the history of New York City's private and public institutions, and working together to inform the public about their history and contributions to our city and its people. Now, therefore, I, Rudolph W. Giuliani, Mayor of the City of New York, In recognition of this important event, proclaim Thursday, October 15 in the City of New York as 100-Year Association.
Okay, we're now going to begin the presentation of the awards. I always ask for you to hold your applause, but no one does anyway, so I want you to applaud. Dick Cook and Ralph Smith, please join me for the presentation of the awards.
As I mentioned their name, would you please join Commissioner Diamond, Ralph Smith, the Chairman of the Awards Committee, and the Commissioner who represents your agency. The extraordinary stories about these public service awardees are described in the program, and I will not elaborate on each award. The top award, $5,000, the Isaac Leiberman Public Service Awards, is presented to Wendy Baptiste, the police officer. And Jeffrey Klein, who is the president of the President Isaac Leiberman Foundation, here to join in the ceremony. Is a resident of Brooklyn and a member of the 73rd Precinct in Brooklyn. Thank you. $500 Isaac Leiberman Award goes to Valerie Bailey, who is a Health Services Manager with the Department of Health, and Neil Cohen, the Commissioner of the Department of Health, will help present the award. $2,500 Leiberman Award goes to Gail Wayne, who is a Principal Administrative Associate with the Police Department. She is from Brooklyn, and Commissioner Diamond and Ross will make the presentation. $2,500 Public Service Award goes to David Weiss, who's a firefighter with Rescue 1. And Rescue 1 is on 43rd Street and 10th Avenue here in Manhattan. And Tom Von Essen, Commissioner of the Fire Department, will join in making the presentation. The next group of Public Service Awards are underwritten by member organizations of the 100-Year Association, for which we are eternally grateful, and we appreciate their support. The first such award is a $2,500 award presented by the Chief Leader to Linda Black, who is a planning specialist with the Department of Aging. Ed Pryle from Chief Leader will join, as will Commissioner Herbert Stupp from the Department of Aging. Linda joined some of her colleagues from Staten Island. $2,500 award underwritten by Sheffield and Somerset goes to Stephen Yanalonis, and the representative of Sheffield and Somerset is Sybil Chester, who will be joined also by Robert Garofolo, the Deputy Commissioner of the Parks. Stephen is a sheet metal worker who does extraordinary things with spare tin and metal. Makes wonderful dolls and toys and puts them in the park. Another $2,500 award is presented by the Amalgamated Bank of New York, represented by Joseph Connor, Vice President, to Zemfira Shapira, who is a computer associate with the Fire Department, and Commissioner Von Essen also make the award to Mr. Carroll. Rosenwalk Tank Company will present a $1,000 public service award to Robert Frost, a police officer. Rosenwalk Tank is represented by its chairman, Wally Rosenwalk, who is also a member of the association's board of governors. Savings Bank would make the next award, represented by Donald Kelly, the Senior Vice President of Emigrant, to Orlando Mcallister, an office assistant with the City College School of Architecture. The college is here, as is Eileen Doherty, representing the school's chancellor. James Thompson and Company will make the next award, represented by its president, Robert Judell, and a member of the awards committee, to Joseph Quinones, a detective third grade with the police department. He's from Brooklyn. Hagedorn and Company will give a $1,000 public service award to Antonio Seeley, who's the traffic device maintainer with the Department of Transportation. Sandy Gable, the executive vice president, will make the award, and Wilbur Chapman, the commissioner of the Department of Transportation, will deliver the presentation. PricewaterhouseCoopers will present a $1,000 public service award to Ann Williams, a computer associate with Human Resources. Along with Bart Hoover, First Deputy Commissioner with HRA. Ann Williams is from Staten Island, actually. We now turn to our college scholarships, and we are delighted to make these scholarship presentations both on behalf of the 100-Year Association and again from member sponsors. The top $6,000 college scholarship is known as the Charles E. Innes College Scholar. This award is named for Charles Innes, the deceased officer of the Brooklyn Union, who was an integral part of the New York community, and he was an important contributor to the city's education department program. The top awardee, $6,000, is Daniel Goldberg, who attends Columbia University. Daniel's father is a maintenance supervisor with the New York Transit Authority, and Barbara Spencer, executive vice president with the authority, is here to join in making this award. $4,000 100-Year Association College Scholarship is presented to Jennifer Chang, who is a senior now at Yale University. She's a resident of Staten Island. The Health and Hospitals Corporation, and Pamela Silverblatt, a senior vice president with the Health and Hospitals Corporation, joins in the ceremony. Thank you. Sorry, Pamela. This is the fourth consecutive year Jennifer has received a 100-year association scholarship. A $4,000 college scholarship goes to Aisha Koradi, who also attends Yale, and Pamela Silverblatt from Health and Hospitals Corporation joins as her mother, as Aisha's mother, is a social caseworker with the corporation. The association presents a $4,000 scholarship to James Hine, Fordham University, a resident of Yonkers, and Commissioner Diamond will make the presentation since James's father is a associate staff analyst with this Department of Citywide Administrative Services. $2,500 college scholarship is presented to Trine Dewey, the University of Chicago. She's from Brooklyn. Her father is with HRA, and Mark Hoover, the first Deputy Commissioner from HRA, will join in the presentation of $2,500. The competition for these awards and scholarships is very keen. I should note that Trine was last year's Charles E. Innes College Scholarship. And each year we have a wonderful group of young people to make these awards to. A $2,500 association award goes to Anne Marie Hay, who also goes to Fordham. And Commissioner Diamond will again make the presentation, and Mr. Hine will make another appearance. $2,500 100-year association award goes to Diego Sagalini, who is attending Vassar College. And Mark Hoover from HRA will join as Pietro Sagalini is a computer specialist with the Human Resources Administration. We now turn to our scholarships as underwritten by our members. And the first award of $2,000 presented by the Dime Savings Bank of New York is presented by Arthur Bennett, Executive Vice President, to Christina Garcia Coleman, who is attending Stanford University and could not make it today for obvious reasons. But her mother, Linda, who is a staff analyst at HRA, presented to Gordon Henderson, who attends at New York University. Horace Webb is the Senior Vice President representing Con Ed, and Mark Hoover, once again, will appear to join the presentation. HRA, thank you. The Oratorio Society of New York presented a $2,000 college scholarship to Colleen Chan, who is attending Cornell University. And Ellen Blair, the president of the Oratorio Society, will make the presentation accompanied by Dr. Margaret Harrington from the Board of Education. Colleen also was a 1996 100-year Association College Scholar, and her mother is a school aide with the Board of Education. $2,000 college scholarship will be presented by Danker Saloon Douglas, and Scott Douglas is president, will present the check to Vanessa Henke, who is at Harvard University, and Neil Cohen, Commissioner of the Department of Health, will join the presentation. Mr. Henke, Robert Henke, Vanessa's father, is Director of Forensic Imaging at the Department of Health. $1,000 college scholarship presented by Scientific American and will be presented by its president, Joe Rossman, to Eileen Brophy from Harvard University and the resident of Middle Village. Eileen also was a 1997 100-year Association college scholar with an award sponsored by them at Cooper's and Leiberman. Her father is a lieutenant of the police department. another presentation of a $1,000 scholarship to David Montilla, who attends Harvard University, and Dr. Harrington from the Board of Education will again make the presentation. David is from the Bronx and also was a college scholar in 1997 from the Hunter Association. The Independence Community Foundation made a grant of $1,000 to undergrad college scholarship to Allison James, who attends Spelman College, and she hails from Brooklyn. She is not here, but her mother, Corinne James, will accept on her behalf. Dr. is the executive director of the foundation and is here to make the presentation. Margaret and Martin, a Lower Manhattan law firm, has underwritten a $1,000 scholarship for Kelly Lawrence, who attended Bowdoin College and is a resident of Manhattan. His mother, Kathleen Lawrence, who is a teacher and assistant director of funded programs at the Board of Education, will join in the presentation along with Dr. Harrington from the board. M&T Bank, its New York division, New York City division, is making a $1,000 scholarship presentation to Athena Makish, who is attending Dartmouth College, and Stephen Flack, Vice President of Community Relations from the bank, is here to make the award with Pamela Silverblatt from the Health and Hospitals Corporation. And Mary Ann Makish is here to accept on Athena's behalf since she is in doctoral study, where she belongs. We have a couple of noted Dartmouth alumni in our midst, and Ralph Smith and Bob Douglas. The Atlantic Mutual Companies will present a $1,000 college scholarship to Lillian Pelez from Barnard College. Ralph Smith will make the award along with Pamela Silverblatt again. Lillian's mother is an office associate with Health and Hospitals Corporation. PricewaterhouseCoopers will make a $1,000 scholarship to Melissa Torres, also attending Yale University. This is the third representative from Yale. Melissa is a resident of Whitestone. Harold Kahn will join and make the presentation from Pricewaterhouse. And Dr. Harrington from the Board of Education, again, will join the festivity. Brooklyn Union is making a $1,000 college scholarship presentation to William Wenner from New York University. Cecil Brooks, who will represent Brooklyn Union, along with Michael Campanello, the acting commissioner of the Department of Sanitation. William Wenner's father is a supervisor of mechanics with the Department of Sanitation. Final college scholarship and award this morning is presented by the Bank of New York, represented by Geraldine Calishaw, Vice President, to Hey Yang, who attends Barnard College, and Mark Hoover from the HRA will again join in the presentation. That concludes our presentation and the presentation of our awards. I thank you all for joining us this morning. It's been a wonderful treat, a wonderful thrill for all of the awardees. As I promised, we can get you out of time to attend the day.
celebrate a little.
Thank you.
For it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're the big guy today.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It's a wonderful experience. Just to be here and being honored by the mayor of the city of New York. And have a little plaque here that has a signature on it. And we'll get a shot of the plaque.
Yeah, of course, a close-up.
Watch out for the glares. No glares.
Okay, always the director.
Right.
The only problem is there's only one of him. If I could have 10, we'd be ahead of everybody. He's a great one.
It's an honor to say that. Thank you.
And the reason I came to see our young lady is a drama man.
So, congratulations.
Thank you, Vina.
Mr. Mcallister. So how does it feel winning the prize?
Well, it's a great moment. I mean, just being here at City Hall to see all my friends here. I have Lenny Matthews here giving me support. Lenny Matthews going into his 20th year of public access television. That's how important public access is.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and also have Nat, good friend Nat, who's on camera for me, and yourself. But the award is an achievement because usually people that make a certain level salary, they because of the labor of love for what they do for their community and their job, they never get the recognition. So basically, this is what this award is about. It's acknowledgement of recognition for public service, which is just wonderful. I mean, I get to walk away with a check, you know, and a nice plaque that I can hang up on my wall at home.
Well, I'm sure the check does not compensate for everything you do for your students, but all the same.
Yeah, well, that's why the English dictionary has a word that's called invaluable. You can't really put a set economic measure on what one does, especially what I've been doing with my life in terms of giving back to the community, giving back to those who's given to me, and also in education, in terms of educating young people, adults, in the college level, the nonprofit organization level, just to give back what I've learned from others.
And tell us about your other interests apart from your college.
Well, I'm also a videographer and a technical director for television. I've done many shows. I was trained up at the campus of the City College. I'm also a computer specialist. I have a background, I have a master's in computer science, although I'm not really utilizing my degree to the fullest capability, but in the long term, something will pay off.
I'm sure it will. Congratulations once again.
Thank you. And here's my supervisor.
Oh, okay.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Oh, great. Yeah. Oh, sure.
This is Vina Shetty.
How do you do?
Public access personality,
nice.
My friend Nat Wood and Lenny Matthews.
Well, hi, Lenny. How are you? Hi, Nat.
These are television personalities.
Oh, wow. Well, you picked the right person to interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
All right.
Oh, that's another good reason, huh?
I'm gonna get back up on campus in a minute, so I'm just elated right now.
Oh, that's fantastic. I think it's wonderful.
And when my
Did you
friends
see-
say I'm gonna even higher high.
I saw Stephanie and Lance Brown. I thought, I don't know where they are. Maybe they're waiting for you.
Yeah, we're gonna come out in a minute. We're just trying to take advantage of
That's great.
every single second that we have in here before they kick us out.
Okay.
So I'll see you.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Hello, my name is Lenny Matthews, and we're away from the elevator. You see me with my beard on. Ooh. You say, who's this guy? Well, I'm down here to honor someone, and in fact, the city of New York honored the 100-year Association of New York City, along with the Mayor Rudy Giuliani, honored Orlando Mcallister. Orlando worked with me on the LMS show. Orlando, how did you feel getting this award today?
Well, I felt great, Lenny. I mean, being up there on stage with so many important people that who really gone beyond the call of duty and their job description. I sat right next to a police officer named Robert Frost. This is the guy that saved 7 lives in a burning apartment. You see? I mean, I don't carry a weapon, but my weapon is knowledge and love that I give to the public.
How'd you feel up there, honoring, they honor so many people, different backgrounds. You think civil service workers are very important?
Civil servant workers are extremely important and under-recognized. This is an area where if you didn't have these individuals dealing with the administrative aspects of government and education and other areas of life, then everything will just collapse and you'll have total chaos. It's like having a building without a foundation. You do need that.
This is
Yes.
more or less. This is the civil service workers are more like the permanent government. Is that true?
More or less, yes. And it takes dedication, and those individuals that are in those areas are usually people who are dedicated and have the intensity of the labor of love for what they do, and have a compassion for other human beings.
You do the show. You do shows for me, and you do shows for other people too. You found the love. You found the love of doing this. What you do, you help people with computers and also too with the Hollywood School of the Arts, with the video and everything. Like, how you find working with is away from the job, and I do something away from my job. I do LMS, and I enjoy doing that. How you feel, doing something for your community?
Well, I believe as a human being, one should use their full human potential and creativity, and that's basically what I do. I've had great teachers in the past, and whatever it is that I've learned, I try to give back to young people as well as adults. There's no sense taking it with you, and we're approaching the new millennium, which is going to be a highly technological society. So whatever knowledge that I've gained in computers, whether it's computers or videography, I will definitely give back to the young people.
On that note, I'd like to thank you very much for joining LMS on location down here in the world famous, I call the world famous City Hall. This is Lenny Matthews, and I will see you soon with more of LMS. Take it down.
I'm at the shot now. This is my media supervisor.
Stephanie Smith.
Stephanie Smith. This is my chairman for my department,
Hi,
Professor Lance Brown.
Nice to meet you.
I want to go for one of these. Okay.
Man, I'm just so pleased. He's one of our scholars, and he was honored today.
From what organization? I'm here with?
I'm Leslie White. I'm a member of the board of directors of 100 Black Men, and I serve on the education committee. And I'm just also glad to be here because I'm here to see one of our scholars who, from 100 Black Men mentoring program, was honored today as received one of the recipients of the 100-Year Association Award. So I'm just tickled pink.
Wow. How long have you been offering scholarships to young minds?
Well, our organization is about 30 years old. In fact, 33 this year. We have been involved in mentoring and scholarship program building for quite some time. And we made a commitment many years ago in order to make our communities viable and safe and upbuilding, we have to prepare our young people. So we developed our scholarship program. And that scholarship program is not just about giving money to attend college, but also involves us meeting with the parents. The recipient has to stay in contact with us, because it's not just that we're giving money, we're also providing some kind of counseling assistance so that we can help him navigate through the educational process.
So you monitor their development as well?
Oh yes, by all means.
You just don't leave them out there in the ocean and go swimming.
That's right.
That's very good.
And a part of our scholarship program is that we link the corporate community with that. Our recipient here has been involved in the Blue Cross Blue Shield program, of which he's been a recipient of some of their guidance and also some of their computers.
so let's get a word from
yes, please, by all means. Yes.
What's your background? What high school did you go to?
I went to Middlewood High School in Brooklyn, New York.
All right. And
I graduated in a medical science program in 96, 97, I believe.
Okay. I do know of Midwood. I live in the community. That's the East Flatbush area in Brooklyn. I'm like 3 blocks away from it. And what is it that you want? Where do you want to take this medical field? What is it that you want to achieve in terms of a career?
Well, I was thinking about, pre-med is one of my interests. I'm interested in medicine as well as business. I was thinking about doing both. At NYU, there's the School of Gallatin. You can make your own major. And so I might get a chance to major in biology as well as economics. I put both of my dreams.
When you say make your major, does that mean that you can decide what curriculum that you want to follow?
You can build your own major, like the School of Gallatin of Individualized Studies. If you want to major in biology, you can make a major like pre-med and business studies along those lines. So I can major in both biology and in economics for both my dreams.
Would you eventually want to take the MCATs and become a doctor?
Yeah.
A medical doctor?
Yeah, I did the MCATs.
Preferably what, surgery or internal medicine? What branch?
Internal medicine.
Internal medicine.
Yeah.
Very good.
General practitioner.
Very good. What is there anything that you want to tell the young people out there in high school in terms of your achievement and what they should do in terms of staying to the books?
Just work hard and just focus yourself. There's time for games and there's time for everything. It's all about time management. You can play basketball, you can go out and party. You just have to dedicate time to books and then split up your time accordingly.
All right.
Can I just add something?
Sure.
I just want to congratulate you as well.
Thank you.
Because I know that you were one of the recipients as well, and being involved in City College, I know this is very important. And I think there's also a larger recognition that we have to give. The fact that we who come from diverse communities are concerned about the well-being of our young people. And that's important because it does take a village to raise a child in a community, and it's not just the school, but also the home, the family, and the community. So with that, I want to congratulate you because I know that you, in your world as an educator and an activist, that you are certainly providing opportunities as well in leadership.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, this is Orlando Mcallister co-hosting today on the Lenny Matthews Show. We're here at City Hall, and we've just covered the event here. This is Gordon Henderson from Midwood High School, who eventually wants to become a medical doctor. He just received a scholarship from the 100 Years Black Men Association.
I'm a sophomore at NYC.
So there it is. He's already in college. Beautiful. So this will enhance the tuition.
Yeah, sophomore at NYC, so let's help out with you.
Very good. So just continue with your aspirations and, just don't be afraid of blood, if you have to operate. All right? It's nothing to make with. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Orlando Mcallister. I'm here on the steps of City Hall in the great and wonderful capital of the world, New York City. You're watching the #1 show across the nation. The LMS Show. What does LMS stand for? It stands for the Lenny Matthews Show. Stay tuned for your local listing. My name is Orlando Mcallister. I'm the technical director for the #1 show in public access television by the name of New York, New York. New York, New York covers different issues, cultural events here in the city of New York, and is hosted and produced by Vina Shetty. Stay tuned.
My name is Lenny Matthews, coming from City Hall, and you're watching the happiest, liveliest show in the land. Oh my goodness, that LMS show. Oh my goodness, take it out.
Savings Bank would make the next award represented by Donald Kelly, the Senior Vice President of Emigrant, to Orlando Mcallister, an office assistant with the City College School of Architecture.
Orlando.
The college is here, as is Eileen Doherty representing the school's chancellor.